Ladies and gentlemen, phase 2 of the LA Chargers offseason is officially underway. We got a little bit of OTAs, Justin Herbert, we got Joe Wall, we got Mekhi Becton out here, Amarion Hampton, Najee Harris. We're going to talk all about the news, the notes, the highlights, observations from today's practice. Before we dive in though, I do need you guys to do me a big time favor. You're going to see some names at the top of your screen. Make sure you go follow these media reporters on X because without them, these videos are not possible to make. So go give them a follow on X if you haven't already done so. And they're going to keep you guys up there with all these highlights, all these news and notes before I can drop these videos. Now, what's interesting about this initial clip is you see Zion Johnson as a center. Now, again, I don't know how much we can take out of this, but he's, practicing some snaps here with Justin Herbert. Very, very interesting. We also see DJ back here wearing the number 13. Who's this wide receiver taking this end around? Is it Keandre Lambert-Smith? Could be Keandre Lambert-Smith. Not too sure though. But overall, what we're going to do in this video is break down everything you need to know. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family. Let's dive into another day of OTAs. All right, here's another angle of Justin Herbert, Zion Johnson taking snaps. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this. We also see him throwing to some tight ends. Will Dissly, right? You bring in Tyler Conklin. You draft Oronde Gadsden in the 5th round, someone they were very high on. Now, they do want to improve his blocking technique a little bit, and that's something that they're going to continue to develop over the next few weeks and months as we, kind of transition into mandatory minicamp, into training camp as well. But from there, they're trying to build chemistry, trying to build a little bit of rapport with some of these younger guys, some of the veterans on the team already. But Zion Johnson taking snaps might be one of the more interesting developments that I'm seeing right now, because a lot of people said, Bradley Bozeman is that guy, Andre James is that guy, or maybe there's a little bit of an injury, maybe some guys just taking a day off. I don't know what's going on, but Zion Johnson taking these snaps under center, definitely an interesting start to today's practice that I didn't see coming. Now, let me know in the comments what you're most excited to see throughout this OTA and mandatory minicamp session. Obviously, you have new guys everywhere. Keandre Lambert-Smith, Trey Harris, Amarion Hampton, Mekhi Becton, Andre James, Conklin, Trey Lance, Najee. Who are you most excited to see in this year's OTA and mandatory minicamp period? All right, here we go. We have a little bit more action here. Running backs, Amarion Hampton, Najee Harris, Hassan Haskins catching some balls on some wheel routes, some deep balls. You also see 87 right here. This is Dez Fitzpatrick, another one of those underrated wide receivers trying to, kind of make this football team right now. We'll see him and a bunch of the other guys, Jalen Reagor, Brendan Rice, Jalen Johnson, all kind of fighting for a spot on this roster. But I thought these clips were cool because first look at Amarion Hampton with Justin Herbert running these go routes down that left sideline. Looks like just straight fades. Now right here he's being thrown a ball by Taylor Heineke, what seems to be the backup quarterback for this team. And then here's one from Herbert to Najee Harris. Again, very good balls at both these quarterbacks. I think Amarion has to slow down a little bit for this thing. See it one more time. Slows down just a little bit for it. And then Justin Herbert's, man, this couldn't be more perfect. Look at the landing spot of this ball. I mean, that is right in the breadbasket there. Justin Herbert, man, different breed of quarterback. So here are just a couple of different views. 35 there, who's that? Is that Kamani? No, 35 is Raheem Sanders. So it looks like right before this started, looks like maybe he dropped that ball, juggled it down that left sideline. But overall, running backs look so good. Now, real quickly, before we get any further into this video, guys, do me a big favor. Hit the like button if you want more of this content throughout the entirety of the season. Not only is OTAs officially underway, but also we have mandatory minicamp, we have training camp, we have so much more news, notes, highlights, observations throughout all of camp. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. Doesn't cost anything. We got you guys covered throughout it all. And with that being said, let's kind of dive back into some more analysis from today's practice. Now, unfortunately, we weren't able to get too much more footage from today's practice. They want to be very tight with what they put out on social media, and they limit the reporters to certain things that they can film. For example, they're not really allowed to record 7-on-7s or 11-on-11s, or at least post them, because at the end of the day, they do not want other teams to see these highlights. They don't want other teams to recognize the play calling, right? So they're going to keep that in tight, and we're not going to be able to see that yet. At some point in time, we might get a little bit here or there, but The Chargers want to keep everything in-house. So again, we didn't really get to see too much from today's practice. Just a couple of things. Biggest thing to take note on is obviously Zion Johnson taking snaps at center. Now again, I don't know how set in stone that is. It seems like potentially it could be nothing. Could be nothing, right? But we have seen in the past Jim Harbaugh do things a little bit weird, right? Whether it be put Zion at center, or if they put Bradley Bozeman at guard, or if they move Andre James to guard. I don't know what's going to happen, but it looks like they're really experimenting with different guys in different positions, which is weird because Zion looked decent at left guard, or decent at guard in general. I do think he's got that frame to be a guard, but I mean, if you put him at center, there is some potential there. I don't see him as a bad fit at center at all, to be honest with you. And if he can get a little bit better at the center position, then who knows? Maybe he will be the team starting center by day one of the season, right? But that is something to monitor. Obviously, they're not just gonna make him do these for nothing. They're obviously looking at it like, hey, if he's not bad, maybe we just consider moving him there full time. I think it's a possibility. I really do. From there, we saw a little bit of the tight ends: Conklin, Disley, Gadsden, who I'm excited about. We saw Justin Herbert, Marion Hampton, Najee catching balls down the field. We saw Raheem Sanders drop one. From there, didn't get to see too much of the defense at all. Again, tough to see anything. They're going to keep everything in-house. So let me know what you guys think overall about today's practice. I know it wasn't the most entertaining one in the world, but hopefully we can get some more footage over the next few days. And like I said before, make sure you guys are doing me a big favor, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel if you're new, turning on post notifications. That way you guys are notified literally every time we post a Chargers video from here to the end of training camp. And then once training camp is over, preseason, we got regular season. We're going to be breaking down all 22 coaches' film for pretty much every single practice. So if you want more of those videos, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next part, which I don't know if they practice tomorrow. They might have a day off, but I do know that mandatory minicamp and OTAs are going to last about 3-4 weeks here, and then they'll take a long break before training camp. So I should see you guys in the next one very, very soon. Until then, peace.